another Franchise Hockey Manager 6 stream. My name is Adam. I'm the Community Manager of Franchise Hockey. With me, as always, and not pictured on your screen, is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hey, everybody.
And we are back with the 2022-2023 Minnesota Wild, our Wild Things series, which we haven't been at in a couple of weeks, and actually delayed one day because this isn't our usual time slot, although it's becoming semi-regular, I guess, as of late. Anyways, we are 1 month away to the trade deadline. We are 29-19-1. But Jeff, we are getting our butts kicked in the Western Conference. What's going on?
Well, I mean, to be fair, we're in fifth place in the Central, but we're only 1 point behind Nashville and St. Louis, and we got two or three games in hand on those two. So
Yeah.
we could conceivably be as high as third and back into a playoff spot.
Here's hoping.
With one or two wins or ties.
But I mean, we've
and even that, I mean, there's only really three teams in the conference: Anaheim, Colorado, and Winnipeg that are well ahead of us.
Yeah. Hopefully we can catch a little bit of a break here. But as we were discussing just before we actually came on air, we began running into a bit of injury problems, starting off with Elias Pettersson's hurt day to day. We've lost Braden Point for a few weeks, about 6 weeks. And then Riley Sutter is who we picked up on waivers at the beginning of the year to be a depth defenseman, depth forward, not defenseman. And was playing well, got hurt, and he's done till probably at least December next year. So as we're approaching the trade deadline, we started talking, who do we need to put on the trade block to see what we can do to try and move and improve our team. Hi, Gudu. Thanks for coming out.
And as usual, your answer is everyone.
Of course, everybody we possibly can. So looking at our upcoming free agents, we already signed quite a few guys. So I started looking and going, okay, well, Kovanov is kind of a guy who's never really performed that well for us. So we put him on the trade block last. We don't really want to get rid of Malkin. He seems to be doing well, although I don't think he's going to be coming back. Kasperi Kapanen's on the trade block because he wanted way too much money. We added Noel Juleson.
I don't think Malkin even wants to come back. He's saying he's going to test the market at the end of the year.
Fair enough. Jeff and I were discussing a little bit off stream about Brendan Mennel, and I decided to throw him up just because you never know what we might get back for an offer. We don't have to move him. Alec Ronhauser is a guy who's not going to be on our team in the future, so again, seeing what we get. The last guy, the real big question is, do we want to get rid of Braden Holtby? And now Holtby has been our number one goalie. He's had a very good year this far, but we're not bringing him back because I think he wanted a 5-year deal and wanted more money than what we're paying him now.
He's saying 4 years at 6.7 right now, so yeah. A slight salary increase. He's 33 years old. He'll be 37 at the end of that, so we would be paying $6.7 million for a guy who could conceivably be below 3 stars by the end of that contract.
Yeah, so we're
the only problem with putting him on trade block is Parsons is still a full star behind him, talent-wise.
Yes, so that's a tough choice, but I still think it's worth putting him on the trade block because if we got blown away by an offer, it would be hard to say no. So let's put him on the trade block. We'll just see how it goes. We're not necessarily going to move him, but it's never a bad thing to get an idea. With that, we have a game versus Dallas. I don't even remember what our lines look like, right? Malkin, yes, that. Malkin is on first line with Lafreniere and Ratu on the wings. Second line is Boldy, Beckman, Kapanen. Third line is Kovanov, Nantel, Mercer. Nantel was actually...
That's future potential Canuck or Jet, Lafreniere.
Very possibly. And then we have Sokolov, Lodina, Donato on the
first round
fourth line.
Pick.
So we're not going to move things around too much. Everything seems to be okay as it is. We'll leave Holtby in net. And simming it out. And we actually lose in a shootout versus Dallas. So we're still gaining points at least. Atu Ratu has a couple goals, but we just can't get it done in the shootout. Atu Ratu scores, but everybody else misses.
Yeah, Ratu's actually leading us in goals this season.
And because you said that, he just got hurt. He's done day to day. Oh, Atu Ratu, what is going on? Mild calf strain. Okay, so if we're not going to move anything here, we need to call somebody up. Except for we don't have a lot of anybody. So we're either bringing up Jack McBain or...
I don't know if it's for everybody, Adam, but you're cutting out a lot on me. Sound.
Okay, well, Gudu's saying things are okay right now. Gudu, let me know in the chat. Just trying to keep an eye on things here. So this is part of the problem. We didn't have a lot of depth here. So we had signed Julian Nantel to come step in. Do we want to sign somebody else again? Or take a chance?
We got... No, I don't think so. We got a bunch of... Look at all the centers. We can easily move somebody over, and a few of those guys will be... Actually can play left wing already.
Oh, I know, but I mean a guy who's ready to come play right now is more the concern.
There's a few guys that are 2 stars already. You're not going to get a better free agent than that. McBain's 2 stars.
Oh, it's McBain or Giroux. Who do you want up?
Let's try McBain. He hasn't been up before.
Remember how you didn't want him drafted? Oh, yeah. Jack McBain makes the team finally. Now, he might not even get into a game here yet, but it's good to have those options at least. And we actually could solve one of our issues right now with Cal Janaruk and Mackenzie Entwistle both on waivers. We talked about getting Mackenzie Entwistle before. Was he on a bad contract? Yeah, he's on a 3-year deal still. It is 2-way. But it wouldn't be the worst pickup.
No, it's only 1.6 or 1.06 million. It's not that bad. That's a 2-way contract.
Should we make a claim on him?
Yeah, you want a little more depth.
Yeah, I definitely don't like Cal Janaruk's. So let's put a claim in on Mackenzie Entwistle. Good news is Elias Pettersson's already ready for contact. Not contract. Boy, words are not coming to me. So, Jeff, too, big news is it seems like the NHL has finally decided that they are going to make Edmonton and Toronto hubs.
And Edmonton apparently gets the semifinals and the finals.
So it seems, yes. Okay, we did get Entwistle on waivers. So that means we're going to send McBain back down.
And even better news, it sounds like the collective bargaining agreement is going to get extended. So got a few more years of labor peace.
That's also good to hear. All right, we're going to throw Entwistle right into the fire, and he's going to replace Atu Ratu. So let's see how he does. He's coming in as a back-checking forward on our first line. All right, love it. Game versus the Capitals. We'll leave Holtby in net for this one. Submit out, and another shootout loss. So at least we're still gaining points, I guess, but Mackenzie Entwistle on the board in the first period.
Nice.
And he actually was the first shooter in the shootout and scored the goal. So how did he do stats-wise for us? Wow. 64 offensive game rating, 70 defensive game rating. Nothing wrong with that.
Not bad.
Edmonton getting all the playoff games is definitely interesting. Although you can't help but wonder if they didn't want the Toronto media to be anywhere near it or force them to leave. All right. And Seattle is still struggling along at 29 points. But this is year 2 of their expansion, I believe, right?
Yep. Hasn't been too successful for them so far. I think they were, only 51 points last year, and they're not on track to do much better. And their attendance has actually dipped down quite a bit too. And they got goaltending and not much else.
All right. And we can see a lot of guys are going up, which is nice to see. Ruben Rafikin is up to 1.5 stars. I don't think he was, or no, he was at that, I guess. Because we had him play a few games this year, so he must have been at 1.5. All right, some of our goalies are increasing. Our Swiss goalie in the ECHL is up to 1.5 stars, so that's nice.
That's good news. If don't have to find an AHL goalie if or when Holtby leaves next year.
Hunter Jones is up to 2 stars too. So
good.
Or maybe he was at 2 stars. I can't remember. Too bad the Hawks will knock them out.
Sorry, you cut out there? What was he? He's up to what?
2 stars. But I don't know. He might have been at 2 stars.
Nope, he was 1.5 to start this, so he just got that.
All right, excellent. Gudu is very confident in the Hawks winning. I think that's very bold of you to be that confident. Good. Peterson's back sooner rather than later. Board confidence update. Craig Leopold thinks the team is in outstanding shape. The performance the last few weeks has confirmed this as we went 6-3-2, and he is happy with our work as general manager. Looking at our job security, and you can see, well, we're in the high light green, so probably sitting at 90%. Fan happiness is back to, 57. That's not bad for us, but up and down. It would be nice to catch some breaks here with some of these injuries at some point. Game versus Columbus. We haven't had hope or haven't had Parsons start, so let's throw him in. And Parsons picks up the win, only giving up 1 goal. We score 5. Checking out the stats, Mackenzie Entwistle scores. And so that's his first goal with the team. Okay, this already looks like a good pickup for us. Again, 63 offensive game rating, 70 defensive game rating. Nothing wrong with that. Apparently, he's just happy to be away from Seattle. And Peterson's ready to come back. Or on the edge of returning, so he'll be close. Probably don't want to rush him into this game versus next game versus Buffalo. Holtby's actually leading the league in save percentage, 929. 255 goals against, good for second in the league. And a trade between Buffalo and Seattle. Mark Jankowski for Ironiemi. All right. Okay, Peterson is back. Ratu is close. Braden Point has begun skating. Could we finally start getting healthy? What a nice thought. We're not going to rush either one of those guys back yet, though. We'll keep everything as it is. We're going to actually give Tyler Parsons... Actually, I forgot to switch it. So it's going to be Holtby in net. Simmon out, and we lose 6-3, unfortunately. Ouch. And taking a quick look. Mackenzie Entwistle scores again on the power play. Ooh, not a great defensive game rating from him this time, though. 35 defensive game rating. Ooh. But he's playing well enough. I think he's going to be in serious consideration to keep a spot in the lineup. And Connor McDavid just got hurt. He's gone for 3 weeks. Nashville has pulled 3 points ahead of us, but we still have 3 games in hand. And we have another trade. Dawson Leadenhall goes to Washington for Brett Pess. One of our prospects, Wyatt Johnson, had 6 points in 24 minutes of ice time in the OHL. How's he doing on the year?
What's he up to for the season?
30 games played, 68 points. Not bad. He must have had some injury trouble this year if he's only got 35 games played.
Yeah, because he had 34 at the start of this. He must have just gotten hurt.
I was just looking, this should be further than 35 games in at this point. Game versus Detroit.
Yeah.
Quickly check the chat for P-Wog to show up. And we go back, sim this game out, and Parsons picks up the win, 4-2. Mackenzie Entwistle with an assist on the first goal. And just checking his stats again. 55 offensive game rating, 63 defensive game rating. Apparently he was something we needed on our team. Old friend Philip Kurashev from a previous stream is on waivers, but I don't think we really need him. Okay, Ratu is just about ready to come back. Peterson is ready to come back. He's at 100% now. maybe just slip Peterson into the lineup. He can take the place of Nantel. All right. Peterson sneaks back in. We're going to move him up to second line right now, because Malkin's playing good on the first line with those guys. No sense in breaking it up. Game versus Chicago. Submit out, and Holtby wins. 5-1 victory over Chicago. Boldy gets a couple goals. Roman Josi finally scores. Daniel Shaka finally gets a goal. Boy, that took a long time. 55 games into the season before he finally buries one. Entwistle, 59 offensive game rating, 65 defensive game rating. Okay, so Shaka, who's our Russian Canadian, 7 points in 45 games. Not bad at all. A few more interesting players on waivers, but I don't see much reason to pick them up. Atu Ratu still just not quite ready yet. And now he says he's ready to play, but he's not he'll only be at 80%. So he's going to wait out another game. Playing this game versus New Jersey. Throw Parsons in net. Sim it out, and Parsons loses. It's a 2-1 loss. We put up 49 shots on New Jersey, but only get one goal.
Ouch.
That's a rough go. Roman Josi is outstanding. Mackenzie Entwistle continues to come in and play well. Yeah, that's rough. All right. Now that we have some guys getting healthy, although it won't be long before Braden Point's ready, if we're lucky, and he doesn't have a setback. Take a look here. Rasmus Anderson's on the move for Brendan Goss. Pretty even up trade. All right, so Atu Ratu's ready to come back in. So who's coming out? I guess Kovanov's coming out because he's not playing that well. He's only got 12 points. I'm just going to put Ryan Donato on the trade block because he's not exactly lighting it up, and he is unhappy. Mackenzie Entwistle replaces. Entwistle. kind of flip Peterson and Malkin finally now. We'll see how that continues to work. Play this game versus Ottawa here. We will leave Holtby in net. And he picks up the win 4-3. Malkin moving back to the second line scores only his 11th goal on the year, so he's not exactly lighting it up there.
He's got a ton of assists, though.
That's true. And how did Mackenzie Entwistle do in his new role? 55 offensive, 52 defensive. Not bad. Playing significantly less time now. Okay, not hockey related, but this is still important news here. I just see because my phone buzzed. Apparently, FedEx has asked the Washington NFL team to change their name. Said we have communicated to the team in Washington our request that they change their team name. Both of our goalies are hot. Game versus Edmonton here. And we lose. Ooh, Parsons gives up 4 goals on 19 shots. What you doing, Parsons?
Really doesn't seem to want that number 1 job next year.
Up and down, up and down. Maple Leafs just lost Austan Matthews for a while. I'm surprised we haven't got an offer on anybody yet, to be honest. One point behind Nashville. They're third. And Nick Ritchie heads to Nashville with a 7th round pick for 40-year-old Pekka Rinne and Eli Tolvin. And they sent them both down to the AHL. To start, at least. Interesting move from interdivision teams. Okay, Nolan Allen, who is one of our upcoming defensive prospects we're going to be relying on, has a good game, has 4 assists. He's up to 37 points in 46 games. Not bad. Hopefully he keeps on improving. We are probably going to have to look at drafting some more defensemen because I think that's pretty much our biggest weakness, would you say?
Yeah, we've got a few, but nobody's really breaking out yet, although Allen might yet.
Yeah, maybe a goaltender too. It's been a while.
The guy's stuck at 1.5 stars.
Holtby is 1 point back of Hellebuck for save percentage. Oh, wow. Predators continue to make moves. They're very unhappy. They pick up Vince Dunn from Edmonton for Ryan Ellis. And Braden Point is finally ready for contact. So that's good news for us. If you're tuning in for the first time and you're wondering how we got Braden Point on Minnesota, the short answer is we traded... who did we trade? The guy who's the top prospect, Kaprizov.
Kaprizov.
as well as a few second-round picks, I believe it was, in the switch. All right, so the trade deadline is nearing. Game versus Detroit. Let's put Tyler Parsons in net for this one. Sim the game out, and Parsons loses. We only get 21 shots on net, though. Wow, Detroit just shuts us down. We score the first goal, but they score the next two. Jonathan Taves is on Detroit. And, oh, fantastic. Just what we needed. Evgeny Malkin is hurt for 12 days. Oh, he's
not surprising. He's 36.
He's only lightly hurt. He has a lacerated shin. Okay, he can still play. Put some staples in it, and you'll be fine. Okay, we finally got a trade proposal, and it's from Nashville. Nashville is offering 25-year-old defenseman Jacob Zorbril, who's 1.5-star talent and 2-star potential, for Alexander Kovanov. Let's say rejected, without even talking about it more. That is a terrible offer. And the Bruins and Predators make it. Man, the Predators are trading with everybody. They get Travis Frederick for Remy Pitlick. All right, pretty minor trade. Back-to-back games here versus Boston and Dallas. Holtby's in net. Sim the game out, and we lose 5-2. Ouch. What's going on? Daniel Shaka scores his second goal of the year. But what happened? Atu Ratu, 43 defensive game rating. Not great. Malkin, 43 defensive game rating to go with 87 offensive. Ouch. Boldy, 45. Lafreniere, 48 defensive game rating. Cal Foote, 48 defensive game rating. Poor Roman Josi, 100 defensive game rating and can't do anything else. He's getting no help. And we have a trade proposal from another person in our division. Chicago would like Kovanov for 24-year-old left wing Brandon Hagel. No. Reject trade. Not very looking like we're going to get anybody worthwhile.
Yeah, they get something closer to the deadline.
We're not far from the deadline now. We're 2 days away. And we lose again. Oh, man. We lose to Dallas. What is going on? Checking the stats again. Defensive game rating hurts. Oh, Mackenzie Entwistle's worst game of the year. 52 offensive, 43 defensive. All right, now we do have a first-round pick that we got back from a trade earlier in the year. We have a second-round pick, too, which we didn't have. Trying to remember. Let's look at the depth chart here. Right, we have 2 third-round picks, a 4th, a 5th, 2 6th, and a 7th. So we got a little bit of flexibility. But we're still going to need something if it happens. So moving to the trade deadline. Maybe I should have tried shopping somebody the day before. Oh well. We have received no offers at the trade deadline. So that means to me we're holding on to Holtby. Guess we're holding on to Mennel. We could put Mennel back in for Cal Foot, but Foot's playing not bad. Maybe we should do that anyways. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Donato's just gonna... No, let's shop Donato around, see if we get any offers. And we got no offers. Nobody wants Ryan Donato. Poor Ryan Donato. Kovanov doesn't seem to be getting anybody, but... Well, we can still qualify him and maybe somebody else will. We're going to shop Kasperi Kapanen around, and nobody actually wants Kasperi Kapanen. That's a surprise.
Yeah, contract isn't great. And
it's only $3 million.
He doesn't want to re-sign for a reasonable amount.
And if we go to your upcoming free agents... All right, is anybody looking for some depth defensemen? Arizona is. Carolina. Florida. Florida needs defensemen. So does Seattle. All right, let's see if we can make a deal with Seattle. So we put in Ranhauser and Juleson. We will also throw in that extra 6th-round pick from Tampa Bay. If we ask for a 3rd back, our scout seems to think they will probably accept this offer. Could we get their 2nd? We need to increase our offer a little. Adding a 7th-round pick. Oh, they will actually do that. So if we give up Ranhauser and Juleson and our 6th-round pick, or Tampa Bay's 6th-round pick, and our 7th-round pick, we can get Seattle's 2nd. I think we say yes to that, yes?
Not bad. Yep.
Finalize that trade. I don't know. Should we try and move a guy like Donato? We should try and move Kovanov. He's not probably super happy. Actually, he's really happy right now. Okay, never mind then. No, he hasn't played in a while. Okay, I guess this is how we'll roll. We made one trade. I guess that's all we need to do, huh?
Yep.
And that'll actually be a really high We might have close to back-to-back picks in the first and second round. I forget whose first round pick do we have? Is it Philadelphia's?
So you dropped out there. What was that?
I said, whose first round pick do we have?
Still can't hear you.
Whose first round pick do we have?
As soon as you say first, it's dropping out. So
It's showing fine on mine, so I don't know. Braden Point is ready to come back. Oh, it's New Jersey. We have New Jersey's first round pick. All right, we're not playing Kovanov anyway. Should we send him down to the minors?
yeah, if you want to try somebody else, if he's still waiver exempt.
Yeah, I think he's the one who makes the most sense. So Point is back. So who's coming out of the lineup? Guess it's got to be Donato. Because I want to leave Mackenzie Entwistle, and he's been playing pretty decently. Yeah. All right, so if we look at our lines here, we know Peterson's on the first line. Malkin is on the second. And we'll lock Kapanen in on that second too. I don't really want to move our defensive pairings. Oh, right. That's right. Right. So we have Lafreniere, Peterson, Ratu, Boldy, Malkin, Point, Sokolov, Beckman, Kapanen, Mercer, Lodina, and Whistle. I think I want to move Mercer onto the third line instead. But okay, that gives us a little bit more balance, hopefully. Continuing. And Malkin's getting close to returning, which is good. Or not returning, but being healthy. Braden Point's at 96%, so he's ready to go. We're just going to sim out this game versus Holtby again here. And we lose 6-3. What is going on? We just can't shake it. .39 defensive game rating from Adam Beckman. Ouch. Thoughts, Jeff? Malkin is now officially back. We'll We'll put Parsons in net. And we lose again. Only 15 shots on net. What? All right. Okay, let's try point up on the first line, move Atu Ratu down to the second. See if that makes any difference. I don't think it'll hurt anything, but... Austan Matthews leading the league with 48 goals and 90 points. Well done for him. Players on waivers who don't really affect us. We do not have a top player. The month development report tells us everybody but Malkin's going up. All right, our forwards are looking much better. Coming along. We're going to have some guys who are going to be able to play. All right. Matthew Boldy needs to step it up a little bit here. And see if he can become as good a player as we think he can be. Because right now it seems like he's going to need to get let go.
Good look at shopping him in the off season. Still look like his potential is still high.
I think that's going to be something we're going to have to look at doing because he's just not performing. Board confidence update. Our owner's not going to be very happy. I know that. He's fairly happy, but, you know, we went 4-8-1 in the last month. We've moved to just the light green now instead. Not great. Game versus LA. Sim it out, and we lose again. Capo Kakinen beats us. Okay. We are going to have to do something here. So let's start off by just taking all the lines apart. And what changed? Absolutely hardly anything. Move Sokolov back up to the second line, or third line. So obviously it thinks that we're doing okay. Well, that's tempting. Cal Clegg is on waivers. But he's still only 2-star talent. Decent contract, but yeah, I don't think we're going to take him. Good old Brandon boy. All right, let's put Parsons in net for this one versus New Jersey. And a sim out, and oh, we finally win a game. About time. Holy cow. 3-2 win. Lafreniere has a goal and assist. Braden Point has an assist. We finally get out of this losing streak. And Elias Pettersson gets hurt with a bruised shin. He's day-to-day, apparently. And quick look here says Cal Clegg got picked up off waivers. So who picked him up? Columbus picks him up, so... Okay, Pettersson's hurt. Which means we're just going to put Nantel back in. And we will shift guys up and down the lineup. To see if we can find some improvements. And, alright. Sutter running out of time in Calgary. Which Sutter? Ron Sutter. Alright. Game versus Colorado. We will leave Holtby in net. Sim it out, and we lose. Giving up 4 goals, only scoring 3. Jeff, I don't know what to do. How did Nantel do coming in? 54 offensive, 47 defensive. Not great, but not bad. And our old friend Yoel Armia is on waivers, as well as Rem Pitlick. All right. Still not worth picking anyone up yet. And Arizona picks somebody up off waivers. Nolan Allen continues to do well. 3 points, 3 goals, 49 points in 54 games. Jeff, I am hopeful for this defenseman. And Kovanov is ripping up the AHL. Wow. Iowa beats Milwaukee 9-0. Ooh. Four assists in the game. Kovanov's not even sad to be down in the minors, so all right. That's good news. Just seeing here. Tucker Poolman has signed with the Lightning. Interesting. Lightning signing lots of people. Ice Peterson's almost ready, but he's not getting rushed yet. And if you're wondering how we got Elias Pettersson, was we traded away first-round picks. Many first-round picks. I think it ended up being 3 or so. So we didn't have a first-round pick 1 year, but we've traded back last year into the first round, and we traded into the first round this next coming year. Game versus Tampa Bay. We'll leave Holtby in net, sim it out, and we lose in overtime. Oh, man. Sorry, in a shootout, not overtime. Top guys aren't scoring. And we have fallen all the way into 6th place in the Central. Peterson's coming back in the lineup. I don't know what to do. Things are not going as well as they should be. We still have a lot of games in hand, which is good news for us. But if we can't win, it's not going to matter. All right, Parsons, let's see what you got. And he pulls out a win, 7-4. Team finally gets a win. 42 shots on net. Finally. And we actually hurt their goaltender. Ooh. Suffered a fractured corticoid bone in his shoulder. He's gone for 5 months. Ouch. That was not a very nice thing of us to do. But I guess it's one way to guarantee a win. Take out the goaltender. Bunch of players on waivers. Looks like Tampa Bay probably had some injury problems and now waiving everybody to go down to the minors. We will leave Holtby in net for this game versus Arizona. And a quick sim out again leads us to a 5-2 loss. Come on! I literally think we're going to miss the playoffs. And I really didn't think that was possible. Any thoughts, Jeff? Well, it sounds like you're maybe having a mic issue because whatever you're saying is not coming through. Travis Treloar improves on left wing. And yeah, we're down to 11th. That's not great. I'll leave Hopi in net for this one, see what happens. And another overtime loss. Shootout loss. Because we don't lose in overtime, we lose in shootouts. That is... Gudu in the chat says, where is Jeff? Probably on the phone to Messier. No.
No, I think we've just got some trouble, Gudu, with Discord. I'm only hearing about a quarter of what Adam's saying, so I'm not saying anything just because I don't want to step on what he's saying, which I probably just did.
Not at all. I'm hearing you come through fine.
See, all I heard there was, I'm here.
That's all you need to hear, Jeff. Man. Now we're kind of stuck in the middle of what do we do? We only have a handful of games left. And it looks like we're not going to make the playoffs. So I guess we're going to push this right to the end to see what happens. Game versus Winnipeg. We'll throw Parsons in net, see what happens. And we lose. Wow, Parsons, wow. Doesn't get shellacked in the first period and gets pulled. Everything was going so well and has just fallen right apart. I am at a loss. Game versus Toronto. Our goalies are losing heat faster than just about anything, but Holtby grabs a win. Maybe stabilizes things for the moment. Austan Matthews, 53 goals on the year. All right. And I don't think he's going to be helping very much at this point anyways, Gudu. There's not a lot to do. I mean, our team's healthy, but they've just stopped scoring. And I don't know what change to make, and I don't think we can. And then we pull off another win versus Tampa Bay. Kenzie Entwistle scores. That's about the only thing I can think about is if we should move Mackenzie Entwistle back up the lineup because he was doing better. Okay, we could leapfrog back into 4th place, but that still doesn't put us in the playoffs. Ugh. Decisions. 9 games left. Game versus Buffalo. Not touching the lineups. Sim it out, and we lose. Of course we lost. How could we possibly lose to Buffalo? A lot of guys taking penalties, apparently. Eight games left on the season. So the question is, can we run the table? Which we're probably going to have to do to make the playoffs. All right, Holpe and net. Simming it out, and we win the first one. All right, 4-3 victory. Scoring from all the lines. Game versus Vancouver, which means we'll probably lose because Jeff rigged it. Parsons down to only 1 fire, so he's going to stay out of this. And we lose 5-2. Of course we do. Such a promising year turned into absolutely nothing. And as the end of March comes, we are 3 points back of St. Louis. And 5 points back of San Jose. And all of our games we had in hand are now gone. P-Wog finally shows up in the chat. P-Wog, we beat the Wings. But nothing good has happened since. The good news is we see one of our prospects, Zach Dean, is one of the top players in the queue. He's up to 97 points in 52 games. Not bad at all. Our development report tells us everybody's going up except for Malkin, so he's definitely out the door. This team is going to look a lot different next year, the way things are going. And 6 games left on the season. Board confidence update. Satisfied with our work. That's not good. And Colton Parenko just got hurt. Gotta love when a guy gets hurt in practice. And game versus Montreal. And pick up a win 4-3. P-Wog in the chat asks, what's the latest with the next version of the game?
P-Wog, hopefully not stepping on Adam here because I can't really hear what he's saying, but still working on it. Nothing new to report right now. Progress still coming along nicely. We hopefully may be able to start telling you guys some stuff fairly soon, but there's also another thing we may be doing with 6, so I don't want to say too much just yet. But you'll get some news, I think, sometime this month.
And as you could hear, he didn't step on me at all. And I was hoping that was going to get an answer out of him, which it did. So there you go. There's your update. And yes, we hope to possibly get some information out later this month. But many things going on right now, I think is the best way to say that. And Colton Parenko's almost healthy. Game versus Philadelphia. Leave everything as it is. Hope be in net, and we lose, and that should pretty much do it for us making the playoffs. 85 points, 3 games left, 6 points only to increase. If we got everything absolutely right, which we won't. 8th place is at 92, so yeah. We're stick a fork in it, done. That is so bad. And that's all what I can really say about it. It hasn't been that we've played that bad this year. We've ran into a few tough teams, pick up another win here at the end of the year to make us look probably a little bit closer than we actually are. But of course, Malkin just gets hurt to end his short tenure with us on. P-Wog in the chat says, Wings got screwed in the draft lotto. Your take? I don't really think they got screwed. I think it's not a bad thing that it happens. I mean, that there's that. It proves that there is random chance into it. I mean, you still have the 4th overall pick, and there's plenty of very excellent players who are going to be available at the 4th overall pick. If you want to talk about a team where maybe it hurts them, is that pick would unofficially be the Jets, P-Wog. That it was the 12th team, which would have been Winnipeg if they stopped the season as it was and just gave the 1st overall pick to who that was. So that would have been quite a jump for them. But I mean, since they put in the new lottery system, there's been more times where a team's jumped up than probably that it shouldn't have it. Than they shouldn't have. It's kind of a nice thing, really, to have that little bit of randomness and prove that it is possible. Because I mean, I think they said it was like a 2.5% chance of that ball getting picked, and yet it was picked. Last game of the year for Dallas, I'm so disappointed. I was planning on playing this one out, but we've just kind of crapped the bed so hard, for lack of a better term. And we at least win the last one on the year. Taking a quick look at the stats. Yossi finishes off strong. We finish 42, 34, and 6 with 90 points on the year. Our leading scorer was Tyson Berry with 60 points. That is, without a doubt, terrible that a defenseman is leading us in scoring. Lafreniere had 50 points. Ratu had 52. Yossi with 55. And Evgeny Malkin with 58. Elias Pettersson only had 47. We're not going to succeed unless we get some more goal scoring, which we're going to have to try and find some. I think we have some guys coming. We're probably going to be good enough to keep our job for next year, but we're going to have to make some changes. So we will be back next week, probably on Wednesday in our usual time slot, which is 10 p.m. Eastern, on our usual place, which is twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. You can, of course, also find all of our streams archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments. You, of course, can find us on Facebook. We are facebook.com/Franchise Hockey Manager. On Twitter, we're at Franchise Hockey. We can also find a link to our official Discord channel. You can also come on down to our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right-hand corner, which will bring you to our official forums where you can come talk about Franchise Hockey Manager, Out of the Park Baseball, Perfect Team, or anything else you want to talk about. Again, we'll be back next week with Jeff's Vancouver Canucks game. Other than that, I guess if you have not picked up Franchise Hockey Manager 6, it is currently on sale right now as a part of the Steam summer sale and summer sale in general for the low price of $9.99 USD. So get your copy today. I believe that sale ends July 9th at probably about 1 p.m. Eastern, I think. But you'll have to double check that. But if you're watching this on YouTube, you might not have a lot of time, so make sure you don't miss out. Jeff, I would usually ask you if I missed something here, but since you say you can't really hear me that great right now, I don't see a lot of point into that. So thank you very much for tuning in, and we will see you all again next week.